Hello everyone, welcome to the new course Numpy for beginners. So if you are a beginner and you are passionate about data science, data analytics or AI engineer, then Numpy is the most fundamental library that you must know. So this is the course for all the beginners and if you even if you know a little bit about NumPy, then also this course is for you because revising old concepts and gaining new knowledges is not wasting of time at all. Okay, so at first we will see what is NumPy. So NumPy stands for numerical Python. So this is the most basic thing that was the full form of the library. And many of us don't know the full form. Right. So NumPy stands for numerical Python. Yes, it's more popular as NumPy, but we must know the full form of the library. So NumPy is a foundational open source library for the Python programming language. It's designed specifically for scientific computing and data analysis, and it was created by Ravi Oliphant in 2005. Okay, so when you are starting a new concept, when you are starting a new library, then you should know about the creator of the library and when it was created actually. Okay, so NumPy, in the from the definition, you can see that NumPy is specially designed for data analysis. So you all know that data analytics is one of the major fields in computer science and engineering. And if you are passionate about data analytics, then you must know NumPy. Okay, so this is NumPy, and why should I use NumPy? Because one of the major reason for using NumPy is NumPy supports arrays, and Python doesn't support array without library. Yes, there is a data structure called list, which is quite similar to array, but it's not same to the array because array they are all data type all the elements have the same data type, right? So array is homogeneous, but list can be heterogeneous, and they can have elements of different data types. So this is the main difference between array and list, and array is much faster than list. Okay, and for mathematical purpose, array is much preferable than list. For mathematical purposes used in like any complex model creation, you cannot use list. You must use the array obviously, right? So NumPy supports array, and for using array in Python, you will have to use NumPy. So in this video, in the very first video of NumPy, we'll see that how to create array. And this is the most fundamental concept in NumPy because in NumPy, all we work with array, all we manipulate arrays. So at first we must know that how to create the array. So there are various ways of creating array, but first of all, we'll see the most basic way to create an array, and which is from the list. And you all know what a list is. If you don't know about list, then you please go and check what a list is, then come to the video, because for understanding the array concept, you must have a prior knowledge to the list. So at first, okay, first of all, I am using VS Code. You can obviously use Jupyter Notebook, but as this is the very basic code, so VS Code is a good option. And if you use Jupyter Notebook, then it's quite okay. And in fact, it's better to use Jupyter Notebook, but as it's a very basic codes, so I am using VS Code right now. Okay, so at first we have to import the library, which is NumPy, as np. So here you can use as hello, as abc, but a standard way to use NumPy, you have to use np because it's the most standard way, and it's very easy to understand that np stands for NumPy, right? So for running the cell, you will have to press shift plus enter together, and the cell will be executed and new shell will be added, right? So then we have to create an array. Okay, so I'm creating an array, so I'm commenting that creating an array from list. So at first create a list which is L1, and in list suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A very basic list which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And suppose the array name is ARR1. And for using any function which is implemented in Numpy, you have to use np dot the function name. Here the function we will use, it's named array. Okay, so it's very easy to remember because the name is same as the data structure array. And for function you will use the parenthesis, and then we will pass the list simple. Okay, sorry, L1, because the list name is L1, then I am passing the list as the parameter. Then suppose we want to print the array, and print array1 and execute the shell, then you can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can't see any major difference. You can also think that it's the list and how to distinguish it from the list. So for this, for your confirmation, you can also print the data type. So you can print the type of the array using type function and type array1. And one thing you can notice that for type function, we didn't use np.type because type is a generic function which is defined in Python itself. You don't need to add any library for applying this, for using this function, right? So if you execute, then you can see that class numpy.ndArray. And from this start ndArray, you can understand that this is array. And one thing that I have said earlier, that array supports homogeneous data. So what if I say you see it here ABC string, then also this is an array, but one thing if you notice, you can see that all the elements are included in a single quotation. So all the elements now are string. So you have to prove it logically, right? Because you are going to be an engineer, you have to think logically, you have to show logically that what you are saying is true or not. For showing the data types of all the elements of an array, you can simply print array1 dot dtype. Okay, so then you can see that it's U21, and U21 is referring to string here. Because one of the elements is string, the all elements of the array is converted to string, and you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, these all are included in the quotation. But if we just remove the last one, then you can see the array is of int64. It means it's an integer array, and all the elements are excluded with quotation. There are not any quotation mark. From this, it's very clear that array is homogeneous and list is heterogeneous. And one thing that you can simply pass the direct list without, without defining without declaring a separate list at first. Then you are passing. Yes, it's okay, but if you wish, you can simply pass the array plus the list as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There will be no problem. There is same. Okay, but it's quite structured method to at first declare the list with the name, and then you will pass the list with the name, just as we did it earlier. So that's for today's video. Please practice the course in your own machine. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. And thank you. Stay tuned for the next video.